Hi and greetings again from the Frugal Amps Tone Room. Another exciting video of one of my amp builds. Today I've got a replica of a Blackface Fender Super R3everb. This amp has been built out as a head rather than a combo. The normal Super R3everb from the Blackface era had four 10-inch speakers in a pretty large cabinet that was a bear to carry around. In a head format, it's a lot nicer to carry around. The speaker I'm playing through is my usual 12-inch Helitone Celestion is in there in the Avatar cabinet. And I'll give you a quick tour of the amp. Play it for you. So the usual Blackface Super R3everb is a two-channel amp, and what they call normal and what they call a vibrato channel. And the way that Fender did it back then is that the normal channel had volume, treble, and bass. No reverb or tremolo was available to this channel. Bright switch. The second channel of the amp, which they called the vibrato channel, had the same tone controls. It also is where reverb and tremolo happened. And you'll notice that on Mr. Frugal's amp here, my little knob is gone, and that's because Mr. Frugal stole that knob and put it on another amp that he had to ship out. So, but I got another one to put on there, so never fear. Now, Mr. Frugal also doesn't just leave things alone, because why just build exactly the same amp that has been built for years and years? So I've done a few changes, and that is that I have voiced the this channel, the normal channel, more like a Bassman or a Marshall JTM style amp. I changed some of the component values. In addition to that, this little bright switch isn't a bright switch. It's a boost. It's a boost feature, which basically gives the amp a lot more gain. It takes the tone stack out of the circuit, frees up the gain that is lost running those tone controls. And the other thing that I did is that I also wired in the vibrato and the reverb on this channel, as well as in the vibrato channel. So extra goodness all the way around. The other big change to the amp in total, the normal channel is voiced exactly like the Super R3everb we've all grown to know and love, and that's a great sounding circuit. It has the bright switch. I have taken the liberty of replacing the second input jack with a master volume for the amp. In other words, the entire amp, either channel, flow through this master volume. So if you want to get the amp to break up at a reasonable level, this is a 40-watt amp, and they are loud as sin when you get them cranking into overdrive. So the master volume, and I use what's called a post-phase inverter volume, master volume in these amps, and it's very good sounding. I'm never going to get this amp above about where it is right now, which is about, I don't know, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. That's about as loud as the camera will take before the distortion of the microphone. So, all right, let's run it through. I'm going to be playing it today with this guy. This is a blacktop Telecaster body. I put a Warmoth neck on there. It's like a baseball bat. It's so thick. And then I installed two Filtertron, like you'd find in Gretsch amps, two Filtertron pickups in this. They're the Gretsch version of their version of a humbucker, but of course they have that special Gretsch sound. These are TV Jones pickups. So let's hear how this puppy sounds. I'll start out on the normal channel and play it a little clean. Volume's on 5, treble's on 5, the bass is turned down to 3. This little cabinet produces a lot of bass. Pickups. So that's the that's kind of the voiced a little more in the Bassman or Marshall JTM, which copied the Bassman. It's a little less sparkly, but it's still got a pretty good clean tone to it. Of course, I've got the reverb and the vibrato in there. Now, the other thing that I've done here is I've put this tone boost in there. That boost in there, which is it's a nice feature to have. It really lets you get the amp to overdrive a lot easier if that's your thing. You just leave it. You just kind of leave it clean. Go over to the vibrato channel here. Vibrato's kind of cool. I don't use it a lot. Reverb's nice. It kind of fills things out. This amp has a lot of reverb available to it if you really want to get surfy. Excuse me. So this is pretty much your standard Super Reverb channel. Nothing has been done here out of the ordinary. because it's almost perfect as it is. So this is a pretty classic Fender Blackface sound, and takes pedals really well. 40 watts, solid state, rectifier, fixed bias, and pretty standard in the vibrato channel. The whole thing, of course, controlled by a master volume, which is different, and it's in a head. So if you don't need a huge cabinet and lugging around 4 10-inch speakers, and you got a different kind of setup that you want to try it through, it has a 4 and an 8 ohm speaker tap out back. So I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for listening.